Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." History remembers her as a monster. Snakes for hair, a gaze that a warning to be feared. But mythology is rarely about monsters. It is about the unconscious. Medusa is what happens when the unseen is forced into form. When trauma is buried, when power is repressed, when truth is exiled from awareness. Before she was a gorgon, she was a maiden, beautiful, devoted, human. In some tellings, she was violated in Athena's temple, and instead of protection, she was punished. Transformed, cast out. When the unconscious is not integrated, it does not disappear. It mutates. Her snakes are not random horror. They are instinct, sexuality, rage, survival, writhing because they were denied legitimacy. Her gaze does not create stone, it reveals it. Those who look at her are already rigid, already petrified within. She becomes the embodiment of projection, something Carl Jung wrote about extensively in his work on the shadow. In shadow work, projection happens when someone cannot tolerate a trait within themselves, so they locate it in you instead. They call you intense because they suppress their own desire. They call you dangerous because they fear their own power. They call you manipulative because they have not owned their own strategy. Medusa becomes the scapegoat for everything others refuse to face. And that is the real curse. Not snakes, not stone, but being cast as the villain for holding a mirror steady. The gaze that turns men to stone is symbolic. To truly see oneself without illusion is paralyzing. Most would rather destroy the mirror than confront the reflection. Jung called this the shadow, the rejected parts of ourselves we refuse to claim. When someone embodies what we repress, raw sexuality, righteous anger, unapologetic ambition, sovereign refusal, it destabilizes identities built on denial. So we mythologize them into monsters. We silence them. We exile them. We cut them down. But even that is psychological. Perseus does not face Medusa directly. He uses a mirrored shield, reflection, and direction. The shadow cannot be confronted through ego alone, it must be approached consciously. And from her severed neck sprang Pegasus. From trauma faced consciously comes transcendence. From shadow comes power. From what was rejected comes something that can fly. The truth. The woman who stops diluting herself will always trigger those who survive through illusion. When you embody your shadow consciously, your sexuality, your anger, your ambition, your refusal, you destabilize people who built their identity on denial. You are not too much. You are too reflective. So ask yourself, where are you shrinking so others don't have to confront themselves? Where are you accepting the monster label just to keep the peace? Where are you apologizing for a gaze that simply sees clearly? Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is refuse to carry projections that were never yours. Smile. Let them see themselves.